Hey guys, I would like to talk about regret today. But before I do, I am still clean and sober. By the grace of God, I'm still on my feet. So, I also got my meds finally dialed in. I have a morning dose and an evening dose, and it's a perfect fit. You could not ask for a better fit. So, I'm happy. Anyway, regret. Though I still struggle with this one myself, I admit it. Um, Living with regret is like pushing pause on the present, because when you live with regret, you tend to live in the past. And by doing so, you unwittingly take away your joy in the present. And I know this is preposterous coming out of my mouth, but you need to learn to let go of regret, because that's no way to live. Beating yourself up over the things that you've done is like literally cutting off your own nose to spite your face. And it really robs you of the present. And when I look back in my past, honestly, I can't help but regret a lot of choices I've made. But I've learned to take a step back and analyze it for what it is, and that is exactly this: the past. The past is done, it's gone. Let it go. Start over, make a conscious decision in your mind and heart, and tell yourself, I am not going to let my past weigh me down. I'm going to break free of my chains that bind me, and I'm going to live in the right now, because that's all anybody really has: the right now. And regret is like you look back at something you did and you say, if I had done, if I had only, or if this had only happened, or if that had only not happened. You don't really, how do I put this? When you think that way, it really stops you dead in your tracks, and you somehow allow yourself to be stuck. And when you let your past keep playing over and over in your head, it can create a very, very destructive and toxic environment within your home, your life, your friendships, everything. And it can affect people around you big time. And most of all, it affects you. You become very bitter, you become very negative and very cynical. And when you live like that, it's just not fun. Take it from me. Been there, done that. More times than I care to admit. And letting go of regret is, honestly, it's very hard, but it's also stupid simple. So simple that it's like a 2x4 smack. I kid you not. And even though I struggle with letting go of regret, it is something I have to work on every day of my life. And, you know, the things I used to regret the most, and sometimes I still do, were the people I hurt and the people I ran off and the joy that I robbed myself of by doing so. So when you think and regret every day of your life, you also cut yourself off from any possible bad thing that can happen currently. And by trying to block out the bad and not allow yourself to get connections with people anymore because you're afraid of being hurt, you also lose all the good too. And it took me too many years to put that together. And, you know, my chains are gone. I am free. Though I still struggle, I'm human. We all struggle. But that's no excuse to not try. If you don't at least try, then I think you're a coward. I was a coward. Sometimes I still am, admittedly. And I'm doing the best I can to live in the right now because I've been given a second chance from above to get life right. And hell, I even gave love a second chance. Yeah, I have a girlfriend. Cat's out of the bag. I love you, Rachel, by the way, if you happen to see this video. Anyway, regret, you need to let it go. Forgive yourself. Because nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. We all do stupid things that we wish we could take back. But living in the I wish state of mind, as my grandmother used to tell me, put wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one will fill up quicker. Very crude way to put it, but still the truth. Wow, I still can't believe all of this that has happened to me lately. I am in a state of awe. The fact that God delivered me from the cravings of addiction. That's what I mean by deliverance. He didn't just free me from the physical part of it. He freed me of the desire for drugs. I don't desire them anymore. I don't smoke pot. I don't do meth. I don't do any drugs. The only thing that you could really call a drug is my Vyvanse, but it's prescribed by a doctor. The bottle is locked in my dad's safe, to which the key is in his pocket at all times. And he gives me my medicine. I don't get it myself. He gives it to me. Other than that, I don't even take Tylenol for physical pain. I just deal with it. And you know what? That's okay. No pain, no gain, right? God, now I sound like my 10th grade weight training coach. Anyway, guys, you got to learn how to let go of the past, and you got to live in the right now, and you got to live for other people. Because a life not lived for others is not a life worth living, honestly. If you live only for yourself, then you will cut off the possibility of God working through you to reach other people. You'll cut off the joy and happiness that you get with those people and your life around you and the things you enjoy doing. And you will take that and you'll just toss it away without even knowing it. And I can't stress it enough. It is as simple as a choice. And it took me a decade to realize that. And better late than never, but still, I'll never get those years back. They're gone. I need to stop living in the I wish I were the old me state of mind. I'm not the old me. I'm different. But the real me is still in here, which is what you guys are seeing right now. This is who I am. And I stand proud and tall with a smile on my face now, thanking God every morning that I wake up clean and sober. Because if you don't live with gratitude for the things you do have, you will lose them. Mark my words. Look to my example. And if you don't have a heart of gratitude, then what the hell is the point in life? You know? Yes, everything that happened in the last 11 years of my life was hell. That's the only way I can describe it. And it was of my own making. And I'm free. So why keep dwelling on the things I've already done? It's written in stone. You can't change the past. The only thing you have any power of is right now. And the future is not here. It's not written in stone. You can make your future whatever you want it to be. And I'm realizing that more and more. And in the words of John Connor, yes, I'm making a Terminator quote, there is no fate but what we make. Within reason, of course, because of God and all that, but still, it is true. You make your own future. And if you allow God in the middle of that and you say, hey, God, please get between me and the world's crap and the adversary, and please lead me where you want me to go. Show me your will. Thy will be done, not mine. When you learn how to do that, that is when you will find joy. And that is when things will line up. Bam, bam, bam. And it will click. Because if you don't involve God, well, this is my belief. If you don't involve God in what you do every day and who you talk to in your everyday life, well, He'll let you learn, sure. He'll take a step back and say, okay, kiddo, I tried to warn you, but you're going to have to learn the hard way, so I will let you. When you learn what you need to learn, I'll be here. And He does that. Hence the 11 years of my life that I lost. And even then, He was in the midst of all of it, living through it with me. God is amazing that way. And it's because of that painful experience that I went through that I can appreciate, truly appreciate what I have now. Because how can you know how good you have it unless you've been at the worst place you could possibly imagine? You know, without free will, we would all be just mindless robots, having no choice in anything we do, or feel, or think. Without good, there cannot be bad, and without bad, there cannot be good. For everything, there is an opposite. Very true. And if you live in negativity and anger and regret and shame, you're basically cutting off your own future, and you don't even know it. Don't forget that. Think about that. And don't just snap to any conclusion because of your opinions. Actually try it. And truly do the work. Because if you don't, then how will you ever know? And it's taken me too long to realize that God has a plan for every single one of us on this planet. And if you screw one of those plans up, He's got a plan B, C, D, all the way to plan Z, and then even after that, letters that don't even exist. God has infinite plans for every one of us, and if you just learn to find His will, you'll be a lot happier instead of fighting the system, fighting that river that you're gonna go down one way or another. You can choose to fight the current and bang yourself up on all the rocks on the way down, or you can just simply relax and let it carry you. It's your choice. I've done enough of the whole Rage Against the Machine bullcrap. And look what happened. So, I really hope one of you out there will get something out of what I have to say, because I'm saying only truth. For once in my life, I'm actually telling the truth. And I mean everything I say, and I say what I mean. So, it's up to you. Listen to me, don't listen to me. Your choice. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. I might post a guitar video tonight, but I'm not going to make any promises. God bless you. Have a good night. You are loved in this world, and you're important. Don't ever forget that. Good night.